Johnson says this is about who we'd help more, not them, voters. The governor joins me now. Governor, congratulations.
Thank you, Neil. Yeah, who actually benefits? And that's the pie-in-the-sky scenario, potentially polling at 15% against Obama and Romney being on the national debate stage. I think anything is possible right now.
But you're not
given
there
the
yet.
fact
You're
that
not there at
80%
that
of Americans
15% yet, right? So you have to get there to get into debate. I think you do very well in debates, right?
Well, and I'm polling right now at 8%. I think just recognition of 8%. Thank you for having me on your show. I think this is what I need to concentrate on, are potentially reaching millions of people and bringing about awareness that there absolutely is a third choice, that ending the wars, marriage equality, balancing the budget, you know what, there is an alternative.
You know, there were a lot of other people who wanted this nomination, didn't get this nomination. The talk was that some of them were looking to Ron Paul to see if he'd make a third-party run. I do not mean to besmirch you, Governor, but end result is you got that nod. It's a powerful nod. But if you don't get in the debates, I'm afraid you won't go anywhere. How crucial is it for you to build the name recognition? Not bad coming out the gate at 8%. I do not mean to dismiss that. But you really have to get in on those debates, right?
Well, and it's really crucial. It's really crucial to be acknowledged as the party representing fiscal responsibility and social tolerance. I think the broad brushstroke that the majority of Americans fall in. Nobody's, you know what, Obama, Romney, elect either one of them. I'm going to suggest that nothing much changes. And you know what, I'm going to suggest that government's going to be bigger and more intrusive.
All right, but would you, in the debates, but would you argue that Mitt Romney would be less intrusive? After all, you're a Republican, but by experience, you ran as a Republican when you ran New Mexico and dramatically boosted the economy there, got the numbers and the deficits under control there. So couldn't you argue that your candidacy as an independent libertarian hurts Mitt Romney more than it would Barack Obama? So you would, in effect, be handing the election to Barack Obama.
Actually, I suggest that it would be more votes from Obama. And in New Mexico, where they actually polled that, I actually took a few more points from Obama. So I think I crush Obama when it comes to dollars and cents. I think I do a whole lot better when it comes to civil liberties than Obama. I think I crush Romney when it comes to civil liberties, and I think I do a whole lot better when it comes to dollars and cents. I do have a record. I am going to be on the ballot in all 50 states. I think there is a third choice, and we'll see whether Americans recognize that or not.
Well, you know, I've watched you before. I mean, I've said this, not blowing you smoke. You're very impressive on the stump. When given the chance to debate, you're very good at it. You have to get in there to get that chance. But I will say this. I do think you take more from Mitt Romney than I think it would be like Ross Perot, like a 3-2 breakdown, maybe a 5-3 breakdown of votes. Yes, I do.
Neil, you mean all those people that want to get out of Afghanistan right now, bring the troops home that are supporting Romney?
Yes, I do.
You mean all
I
those
will say
pot
that,
smokers
and
right now that are supporting Mitt Romney?
By the way, if you make your campaign about the pot smoking thing, stop it. Governor, I'm telling you, if you make this campaign about the pot smoking thing, both sides will burn you alive.
No, it needs to be a.
I know. You feel very strongly
balancing
about
the budget and reducing the budget by $1.4 trillion.
You already mentioned the marijuana thing. You're finished if you do.
Well, I want to point out to you all the Mitt Romney supporters, all the marijuana Mitt Romney supporters are going to flock from Mitt Romney to me. I just would argue the other side, Neil. That's all.
No, I'm not saying all. No, Governor, I do not mean that as just. I'm saying not all of them. I'm saying a majority of them would be of that ilk coming to you. You would be taking more from Mitt Romney than the president. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and in the only poll where that's actually been tested, I've taken more from Obama.
Yeah, but that's in New Mexico where they love pot, right? I'm kidding. Let me ask you this. I mean, not only it's good to get on all 50 state ballots, but obviously you need to win states because this is about electoral votes. We learned from Ross Perot that getting 19% of the vote and just no electoral votes, I mean, doesn't do you any good, right? You have to get electoral votes.
Well, so in this case, I think there are a lot of western states that fall in that category. New Mexico, Nevada, Wyoming, Montana, Alaska. I think there's some real opportunity
right there. That's
here.
12 electoral votes right there.
Well, the notion of being at 15 or 20%, you know, that's making a voice. That's potentially changing the world a little bit because the other candidates are listening to you. And in this case, balance the federal budget. Balance it now. Throw out the entire federal tax system. Replace it with a consumption tax, which I think really reboots the economy. I think it's really the answer when it comes to jobs. And then the whole notion of social tolerance, marriage equality. Get out of the wars now. Bring the troops home. Look, this hasn't been happening, and these were really words that Barack Obama had that were very encouraging that I don't think he came through on at all. And Mitt Romney, he wants to balance the federal budget, but he wants to grow the military and he wants to exclude Medicare. Mathematically, that doesn't add up. We're 6 to 8 years away from statistically being Greece, 160% of debt to GDP. The difference being, of course, we can print money to cover the gap, and hey, the result of that is going to be money. Our money's not going to be worth anything.
Well, Governor, you're a very smart guy. I think you would make a very interesting race. I mean, at the very least, we could see no one in a three-way race getting the 270 electoral votes. So you single-handedly could cause a constitutional crisis. That could be interesting.
Well, or a constitutional celebration. Strict adherence to the Constitution, a constitutional celebration. We might actually balance the budget. We might actually get less spending under this scenario than any other scenario.
Very well put.
But
Governor,
thank you, Neil, for having me on.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you very, very, very much. All right, Gary Johnson.
Thank you very, very much.
Gary Johnson, watch him closely, guys.